Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Sunday, September 3rd, 2:54 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. Not exactly an exciting day in the crypto world, but let's check it out because, well, we're shaping up for Monday, which is a holiday. This is a long weekend. A lot of things can happen. We're beginning to see some interesting stuff. So let's check it out. And here we go. BitcoinDailyView.com, of course, has always got more for you there. Looking at Bitcoin trading volume last 24 hours, we're at 1.5 billion, down 53% last 24 hours. So not a lot of trading volume, not zero, but not much, which of course makes volatility very easy. Watch out for the whales manipulating. And you can see, talk about whales manipulating. This is an hourly chart, and you can see right here, boom, this huge Bart Simpson pattern. And the truth is, will we create another one? Very well could happen. People aren't trying. There's a bit of an aggressiveness out there today. I'm seeing some longs and shorts getting wrecked. People are trying to push things around. I'm seeing $1 million plus buys and sells. So watch out. I kind of am seeing what I feel like people are some of the whales are trying to push the market right now with a low volatility, kind of get a little bit of gains. I mean, if you think about it, whoever was on this conference call, okay, ready, we're going to pump. All right, we're slowing down. We're going to dump it. Boom, long and then short with leverage. Some people made some big money. So watch out because we could see this be like kind of a yin yang Bart Simpson pattern where it pretty much you had your beautiful run here and then maybe they'll just reverse it and go the other way, right back where we kind of were. So anyhow, that's just watch out. I'm seeing a lot of sell volume, especially right now. So watch out. We go even lower. Low volume, seeing a good deal of larger than $250,000, larger than $100,000 buys and sells rolling. So watch out. I think we got some pressure trying to push this thing around with a low volume this weekend. So watch out. A lot of volatility. Looking at longs versus shorts on Binance, where the big money is and the volume is right now. Long 69%, shorts 30%. Definitely a long bias for Bitcoin. Looking at the top exchanges, in general, the top 20 exchanges, at least the top 16 exchanges, are just in the green, but not by a whole lot. So trading volume really not too hot. So anyway, that's a summation of all the spot trading. So watch out. Spot trading volume, not too hot, slightly in the green, but not really going anywhere. Looking at Bitcoin right now, 25,973. Looking at the top 100 alts, most of them are kind of in the red or just hardly in the green. Stellar slightly in the green. BitTorrent is up 13% quite recently. What is that? It's BTT just kind of started moving, and we'll check that one out. BTT before we get out of here. Looking at Bitcoin. All right, here's the thing. Like I was saying, this is a 45-minute chart. So here you can see right here, definitely some whales were on their conference call, made a big move. And they longed with leverage and short with leverage And the thing is, this is kind of an interesting little pattern here. And then it dumped. But do watch out because we could see this pattern here really complete. And I oftentimes will mention, watch out for BART patterns that have ears. This one kind of had an ear, right there. This one, is that an ear right there? Because if so, watch out for a rough close like that. When they're nice and square, usually they're very linear and good to go, but things can definitely get pretty crazy when you see an ear on them. So anyways, watch out, especially if you see two ears. Like if you saw something like this move here, if it was like ear, then you start going sideways and another ear forming, that's when you really get the rough dump. Totally just observational things that I've noticed over time. Watch out for this Bart Simpson pattern to complete. So if you're long, that's great, but watch out because basically looking at Bitcoin right now, do note that looking at the squeeze indicator, it's just kind of overall trending down, not too hot. Directional index is in the green, ADX is all right. Looking at volume here in the 45-minute chart, not the worst ever. But we are below the 200 and the 314 moving average. The white one is the 200. So really, until we begin to get some volume going, we get above that and test it and keep on going, I'd watch out. Of course, even then, if we do start moving, definitely beware because if I fire up like a horizontal ray here, you're probably going to find a resistance right around 27,300. And that's probably where it's going to have a hard time getting above. So just beware. Let's look at the 4-hour chart here. 4-hour chart. Interesting, you can kind of see a little bit more clearly some more stuff. So you saw this bar pattern. Wow, look at this like little mini bar pattern there. Are we going to see another one? Boom, then hit that 200 moving average on the 4-hour chart and find resistance. It's an interesting chart to look at. So here's the 45-minute chart, and you can see where, Bitcoin's been battling with it. Couldn't get above the 4-hour 200. Couldn't get above the 4-hour 200. Couldn't get above it. Didn't even really try. Are we going to see another run here and then find resistance and bounce off, or are we going to break through? Interesting moment in Bitcoin history. So the 200 moving average looks like it's coming in right around like 27,672. So this is a good spot to put an alert and see if we actually break above it. Let's look at the hourly chart. How's that looking? This is a 2-hour chart. Let's look at a 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart, yeah. Really, the 1-hour and the 45-minute chart, I'm very curious about, especially with the 45-minute chart. Alert I might put in here on the 45 would be just an alert for the 200. See if we see a break above that, because that would definitely be denote Bitcoin starting to make a move up. You can kind of see the very, very most slight, upwards movement here, kind of in this channel. Maybe if you're a little bit creative, Bitcoin's kind of cruising up, but watch out, because really, let's look at a 15, that's a 30-minute chart. Let's look at a 30-minute chart starting to challenge that 100 moving average. The 15-minute chart is above the 200 moving average, but indicator is looking like it's rolling over again. Just in general, we're low volume, we're sideways. Watch out for 5-minute chart. Probably going to come down and test that 200 and bounce. Yeah, the 5-minute chart's rolling over, really, really rolling over. But it's kind of a weird way to see an upwards channel there. Sorry for maybe being a little bit creative there with it, but really, maybe we'll see this slight little channel continue up. We'll see how it rolls. But really, Bitcoin sideways with a slight bit of uptick, low volume. Watch out. I got a sneaking suspicion that we will probably see something rather heinous happen this weekend, or at least it's very, very possible that we'll see some volatility this weekend. Let me nix this and let's look at the 4-hour chart one more time. 4 hours, yeah, just beware. I'm very curious about Bitcoin making a move. One thing I would say is the other day when we had the on news, how Bitcoin really pumped and then it kind of came down. The thing that I was kind of expecting is sort of what happened was, if we do like a horizontal ray, this is where Bitcoin started that move when it pumped. And so if we look at this, sure, I think it was SEC news or something. I forget what it was, but there was news and Bitcoin really made a nice move. I think it was the Grayscale ETF or something. So this beautiful move. We kind of see this ear on the BART pattern, and of course, then it just dumped. And look where it's at right now. So it made this beautiful move. Great if you got some money. Then it got sideways. It dumped. Great if you did a short. Got some money. But what happened? It basically bounced off where it was. It's challenged it a few times. It's kind of gotten above it. It's really basically trying to challenge getting above where it was. So pretty much, if you look at it from a certain perspective. Sure, we had this beautiful pump here. We had this kind of downwards trend that we saw starting. Then, of course, we had this dump. But then we pretty much, lost that previous location that we were holding on to here. That is where we started. So really, where we started is now kind of resistance that Bitcoin's slowly trying to move above. And we'll see if it does. But in general, when you think about all that, hoopla, with, I think it was that, Grayscale maybe getting approved, the ETF, or was this some kind of SEC news, XRP, I forget what it was. But basically, if you think about it, had this bold, beautiful move, but in the end, we're back where we started. So pretty much, like, you can almost pretend that, like, that never happened and just, like, delete this. And look, we just would have basically kind of continued this sideways pattern here. So let me actually nix that bonk. Let me actually do one of these just for fun. Let me actually grab the parallel channel. And you can actually see where, let's just say, like, nothing really had happened. Like, there was no SEC news or Grayscale news or whatever. Kind of messes up a little bit. But as you can see, just like forget all this part here. That's just news pumpage, and that's great. Made money, great. But basically, if you think about it, when you get rid of this bit of, craziness there, pretty much nothing really happened. Bitcoin's still sideways. So it's just not an exciting time for Bitcoin. Hang in there. Let me actually fire up a daily chart here. Daily is below the 200 moving average. It tried to challenge it earlier in the week or last week, but it didn't stay above it. Let me actually fire up next that. Let me fire up a you go right here and just fire up a Fibonacci sequence. Get an idea what this pump is looking like. This upwards movement. This Fib sequence it's pretty sticky. I like it. So really, we're kind of hanging out right here at the 382. It's proving to be kind of a level of support. I don't really like to play between the top of where the Fib is, the 236 or the 382. They're just kind of a weak place to be. I kind of want a .5 bounce, or I want a 618 bounce, or I want to just get really crazy and see that 786 bounce. The 236 Fib, 382 Fib, always weak crap. Never a place I really like to play. I really like to trade very much. So right now, Bitcoin, sure, we had that pump on news. It's better though. Anyway, so do note this though. If you want to be a little bit creative and you want to fire up this upwards channel, which we kind of lost, all right. But I think there's a lot of validity to this on the daily chart. This is kind of a good upwards channel, and yes, I mean, we definitely have, we lost it, but watch for a break above the 200 moving average on the daily, and we'll see what happens. This is not a 314 and a 200. This is a 140 and a 200. So watch for what happens. This is interesting. And then also do note this. This could be one of the most mega head and shoulders the world has ever seen. And, we kind of got a little dumpy, but I would not say this head and shoulders has failed. I don't think so. Let's see what happens. I mean, we're definitely playing with previous support and resistance here in the chart. We can kind of go like right here. Yeah, I'll just go right here. We're kind of playing with previous support and resistance in the chart. So I think we really are at kind of a spot where we might find out that this head and shoulders is actually going to be Lambo head and shoulders. So let's just see what happens, because on a certain level, what I do like looking at is this. So here's where you kind of started. You got a low, a higher low, a higher low. Okay, we blew it. We do have a high, higher high, higher high, higher high, kind of a higher high after a little bit of volatility here. But still, let's just hang out and see what happens. This is an interesting time. We'll see what happens. Looking at a 45-minute chart right now, though, for Bitcoin in general, I'm not too excited until I get back above that 200 moving average. On the 45-minute chart or the hourly, I kind of consider this a bit of a weak spot. Do watch out, because definitely we are truly in possibly like a huge inverse, or I should say like yin yang symbol, like Bart pattern, where it's not like this, it's more on its side. So you kind of have like your up here, and you're going to have your recovery. So that, you know what I mean? Like, so it's sort of like, if I space that out, I mean, you guys already see what I'm talking about, I'm sure, but still, I mean, if you look at this, I think this is very, very, Bitcoin does this crap all the time. Here we are, and then it will complete. Boom. So let's see what happens. Watch for some serious volume to come in, and Bitcoin just wreck the hell out of shorts. We'll see what happens. So anyway, Bitcoin unpredictable, low volume. The whales are going to be trying to pushing it around. I really think that I'm kind of seeing that, the longs and shorts. I think I'm seeing some shorts come in, trying to manipulate it to the downside. So watch out. Would not surprise me if it pumps up or pumps down, or does a really quick really, I tell you what, if I was thinking like a whale right now, it would not surprise me to get some glorious volatility and buy up all the longers and shorters. Bitcoin is I would kind of like a flash crash right here, and then bam, right there, go sideways a little bit, and then boom. All on Labor Day weekend, all on, is that what it is? Yeah, or Memorial Day, whatever it is, all on Monday. You watch, that could happen. Anyway, With that said, XRP, it's got a beautiful, here's on a 45-minute chart, a beautiful gradual upwards channel, getting ready to challenge that 45-minute chart moving average. Indicator's not looking too bad. I think XRP very well may recover from the recent volatility. It was pumping, but I did not keep pumping, and now it's just kind of, it gave a lot back. But let's just see what happens, because feeling good about this. Needs to get back above that 200 moving average on the 45-minute chart, but it's moving up. It's moving up. Let's see if it makes that break. If it does, definitely something worth watching. Auction, AUCT. ION auction. I like this one because you can play it on Coinbase. Other exchanges also, but Coinbase Pro, Coinbase, got Coinbase Expert, whatever. You can play it. So it recently made a huge move here. You can see it on the daily chart. On the daily chart, you're beginning to see it after giving some back, starting to roll over. We're seeing the directional index get positive. ADX is moving up. We're seeing volume come in. So interesting chart here on the daily. So I'm going to fire this up and do a 45-minute chart here. And let me get rid of I just need to get this out of my template. But here we go. Oh, we made a strong bounce off. This basically, it's the directional index is looking good. Big volume coming in. This is a big volume coming in. It's a 45-minute chart. Squeeze indicator is beginning to go positive. We kind of have, this is really hard to tell if this is going to continue, but definitely we had some crazy volume come in. I do like what I'm seeing. I was watching this thing, and if you kind of do a fib right here, it kind of came down like to the 786 or into the 618. It came down enough. I like what it did. It kind of pumped, and it gave enough back to kind of give me confidence this thing might be worthwhile. So I actually kind of got a little position in like down here, and we'll just see if it plays out. But I like it because it's just an easy Coinbase trade if you have a Coinbase account, or if your grandma does, tell her to put some USDT into auction. Not financial advice, just entertainment purposes only. But I just like what it's doing. It's hard to play stuff like this because it's so choppy, but definitely you can see where auction has run before here on the 4-hour chart, been giving a lot back, got under the 200 moving average got under the 200 moving average for a while. But look at this, it just challenged the 200 moving average, and it wicked above the 314. It's pushing up hard on this 4-hour chart, and this one is, this is the 314 and the 200. So 200, it's above. 314, it wicked above. This thing is starting to want to really move. So I actually got a little position, nothing big, but I mean, unless it's being heinously creative, so forgive me. But really, we're kind of seeing some upwards movement, I think, here. And I like what I'm seeing there. So let's look at the daily real quick. Once again, like the daily has recently, it wicked above the 200 moving average. Crowd, come back here. Daily wicked above the 200 moving average. And you can kind of see this, this rather slapdash looking upwards channel that I see. But still, I like what I'm seeing here. So I'm just going to hang out with this guy. Got a little trade in. We'll see how it rolls. But definitely, I mean, if this guy, ran, which it looks like maybe it's getting some mojo to do so, if we can get above that daily 200 moving average and hold that and start moving up. I mean, what are we looking at? If this thing got even to, so let's just fire up a ray here. Horizontal ray. Let's just say, boom, it hit where it was, right? Previously. And if I do a forecast, let's just say this thing starts running. Let's start at the 200 moving average. Let's just say it starts running. I mean, that could be like 70% in a couple days. So just, saying, sometimes things do what they've done in the past. So totally high octane speculation there, but I like bounce token. It sounds cool. And it's once again, it's auction AUCTION versus USD is what I'm looking at here. I traded against Tether on Coinbase just to kind of texted my grandma and said, hey, over there on Coinbase, and so give it a shot. It's on other exchanges as well. And where I got this tip was Blockchain Education, link in the description. It is the team to be a part of if you are a crypto trader or any kind of trader. You can learn a lot. Come join the team. You get a little bit of a discount if you use my link. Check it out. Come join the team. 2 webinars a week. We talk about the state of the market, focusing on crypto. Can't go wrong. So hopefully I'll see you there. Take care. Thank you for being an optimist. I'll be on again this weekend. I'll be tomorrow. and we'll see how things are setting up. Maybe we're going to have an interesting day. Tomorrow is a holiday. They're always hard to tell. They're always hard to play. Just watch out, because Bitcoin, I'm telling you, I think we just total Octane speculation, but I think Monday might be of some BART pattern type volatility. So, if you get in on it, good to go. Just be careful, because the whales want your Satoshis, and they may be playing for them right now. The volume is low. So take care. Be careful. Talk to you later.